Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, Silva.
thank you. Happy New Year, guys. I wish this 2025, okay, definitely will change your life by getting the jobs and all. I wish you are going to settle in a good company with good package and all. Okay. So God has to provide good health for all of you guys. Health is very important. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Let's jump into the sessions. And in the last class, we discussed about the virtual machine installation, creating the virtual machine, and also installing the Windows Server 2019 operating system. Okay. In today's session, what we can do, we'll set up the RDP first. Okay. We'll we'll set up the RDP. So what is the RDP? How it will be used? Where we are going to use the RDP and all? How we will connect to the servers in the organization? How work from home will work? How, if we are in the organization, how we will connect to the servers? If we are in the home, how we will connect to the servers? How we will connect to the office network? All these things will be discussed, and then going forward we'll also discuss SQL Server installation, guys. Okay, please listen carefully. It's very important. So people don't know how to even connect to the servers. Okay, so it is very very important. They don't know even what is RDP also. Okay, as I told you in the last class, they are getting the jobs with 5 years, 6 years, 10 years experience. But when their teammate asked them to share the screen and ask them to connect to the servers, they don't know how to connect to the servers. Lot of people lost their jobs and they come back to me stating the same. I don't know how to connect to the server. So in the first meeting itself, okay, they came to know I am a fake. So these are all things will be there. So listen carefully. Okay. So generally, we'll connect to the servers using RDP, guys. What is RDP? RDP is nothing but a remote desktop protocol, or RDC, remote desktop connection. Okay. Remote desktop protocol or remote desktop connection, guys. So servers will be hosted somewhere. Like last time we discussed it, right? So using the diagrams and all, we discussed the servers always it will be hosted in the data centers. Data center is nothing but collection of servers. We can call it as a data center. So every organization will have a separate set of data centers. Okay, some of the data centers can be in India, some of the data centers can be in US, some of the data centers can be in UK, some of the data centers can be in UAE, some of the data centers can be in
Think of
Australia,
falling, sir.
some of the data centers can be in Singapore. So somewhere the data center will be there. The server will be there in some other location. But you are doing job and you have to connect to the servers on a regular basis. So you can do the job from Hyderabad, from Bangalore, from Vizag, okay, from any other city or from any other town or from any other village. So how we are able to connect to the servers from our place to the like office location data center? Server will be somewhere. It will be in the UK. It will be in the US. It will be in the Singapore. But from your location, from your city, from your town, from your village, we are connecting to the servers. How it is possible? That is called remote. What is the meaning of remote, guys? Somewhere. Remote in the sense somewhere. So you are connecting somewhere from the world. So you have to connect to the servers that are there somewhere in the world. Okay, so that is called remote connections, RDP, guys. What is that? RDP or RDC, remote desktop protocol or remote desktop connection. So how these things will work, let me explain you with the diagram. Generally, okay, where is that? Someone connected with the home. What is his name? Let me know. I'll rename it. Home. Someone connected with the name home. home? Is it Maunika?
No, Shanmugh, my
Okay.
name is I
Okay.
edited Mauni.
Okay. Okay. So who is home then? Someone connected with the home. Let me know your name. I'll help you to rename it. Okay. We'll see. What is this batch 55? Okay. Okay. So imagine this is the organization and we have the server, Windows server. This is the server. Okay. So why we have to connect to the server, guys? SQL Server will be installed on this machine. Okay. SQL Server will be installed, whether it is SQL Server 2017 or 19 or 2022. So it will be installed on this machine. So to work with the SQL Server, okay, so we'll generally connect to the Windows server and then we'll work with the SQL Server, guys. So I have to connect to the server now. So if you are, for example, this is Infosys building. Infosys building. Okay, Infosys data center. Imagine this is the Infosys data center, guys. Right. So now, if you are doing work from office, you will go to any of the Infosys offices that are there in the world. If you are doing work from office, you will go to any of the offices, Infosys offices that are there in the world. Once you just go to the Infosys office, your laptop will be connected to the Infosys network. Okay, your laptop will be connected to the Infosys network. So now the server and the laptop both are in the same network under Infosys network. In this scenario, there will be no issues. Happily, you can connect to the server. Okay, how you will connect to the server? Simply in your laptop, you will type remote, just type remote desktop connection or MSTSC. What is that, guys? MSTSC. Or simply when you click on the start button, you can see remote desktop connection. You will simply click like this and it will ask you the server name. Okay, it will ask you to which server, boss. There are hundreds, thousands of servers. To which server I have to connect? So you have to give the server name, right? We have around 21 participants in the class. If I want to talk to anyone, any particular person, I'll call their name, right? So in the same way, out of these 100 servers or 1000 servers or even one server is there, name should be there, right, for every object. So it will ask the name to which server I have to connect. So imagine this is the name of the server. Okay. Please be muted. Please be muted if you don't have questions. Escopati, who is that? Escopati? Is it Ravinder?
Ah, hello.
Yeah, hello.
Sorry. Yeah. Good morning. Sorry. Forgot to mute this.
No problem. What is your name?
Sridhar.
Sridhar, Sridhar. Okay, done, done.
Yeah.
Okay. One minute. Mm, Just a minute, guys. Just a minute, please. Right. Okay. So while connecting to the RDP, okay, we have to open this tool. This is a small tool, guys. RDP is nothing but it's a small tool or software, anything we can call. So when you open the tool, it will ask you to give the server name. So we have to give the server name. So now if this guy, okay, something like user, okay, any user, right? So if this guy wants to connect to this server, if this guy wants to connect to this server, first in his laptop, he will connect to his laptop. In that laptop, he is going to type mstsc, guys. Okay, he is going to type mstsc. In his laptop, he will type mstsc or remote, anything. In mstsc is the shortcut to open the remote desktop tool. Okay, so he will type mstsc. Once he open mstsc, he will get this kind of tool, guys. So then in that he will give the server name to which server he want to connect. He will give the server name, guys. So in this way he can connect to the server directly in the organization. See, guys, there are different ways. Okay, it's a maximum people like the same method they are going to use in the organization. Okay, maximum 60-70% is the same method they will use. So once you logged in, once you are in the office, okay, you will open the laptop, and if you want to connect to the servers, you will type mstsc or remote in your laptop. Then it will ask you to provide the server name. You will provide the server name. So once you provide the server name, it will ask you to provide the credentials, username and password. It's not like simply someone can connect. No, only if you have permissions, then only you can connect. Okay, not everyone, guys. Servers, those are all like very sensitive data will be there. Very secure data should be there in the server. So not everyone can connect to the servers. Only the authorized people can connect to the servers. So once you click on connect, it will ask you to provide the username and password. So that username and password, Windows team will create it for you and they will provide it to you. So using that username and password, you have to connect to the servers, guys. This is one way of connecting the servers. Clear, everyone? Any questions, doubts, guys, please? Any questions, doubts?
What is MSTSC full form?
MSTSC SQL form, full form, I don't know. Okay, I'll check and I'll update you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Any other questions? Are we good so far? No questions? Guys, please open your mouth.
No.
Okay. So most of the people will connect to the servers in the same way. In some organizations, what will be there, guys? There will be another layer of security called jump servers. Okay, what is that? Jump servers. So either you can connect to the servers remotely like this, or there is an app called either using the jump servers, means first they will connect to this server, okay, directly. Instead of directly connecting from their laptop to the server, first they will connect to this server, okay. From there they are going to connect to the, okay, this is your jump server, guys. Jump server is also one machine only, okay, jump server. You should be aware of all these terminologies, guys. So if someone is asking, have you connected to the jump server? Okay, you cannot ask what is jump server and all. You should be aware of all these terminologies. So that's why we are discussing all these things. So directly from your laptop, first you will connect to jump server for extra layer of security. That's it. Okay, instead of directly connecting to the servers, for the extra layer of security, they will introduce jump server. So first you have to connect to the jump server. From there you have to connect to the virtual machines, guys, Windows server. So whatever machines we have, from there you are going to connect to the virtual machines and all. So this jump servers can be, okay, the name of the jump servers can be, if you heard, I don't know. So it will be like Citrix apps is one of the jump server. Citrix apps, okay, and we have CyberArk, okay. So these are all different platforms which will provide you as a jump servers, guys. Is it clear, everyone? Either you can directly from your laptop to server. Okay, listen carefully. So when we connect to the server should be up and running 24 by 7, guys. Okay, server should be up and running 24 by 7. So once you connect to the server, if your work is finished, you have to simply come out of the server, guys. You have to simply come out of the servers. Like you are doing some shopping. So if your shopping is done, you are not going to close the shop, right? You just connected to the shop. You did your shopping, and once it is done, you have to come out from the shop. Server is also the same. Why? Because if you shut down the shop, the other users will be impacted. In the shop, lot of users will be there, right? Lot of customers will be there, right? Once your shopping is finished, if you close the doors, if you shut down the shop, the other users that are there in the shop will be impacted. So the whole operations will be stopped. So the application also will be stopped. If the application is stopped, okay, business will be stopped. So our work is servers will be up and running 24 by 7. You have to simply connect to the servers. You have to finish your DBA work. Once your DBA task is completed, you have to come out of the server, guys. Keep in mind, never ever shut down the servers. If you shut down the servers, that is your last day in the organization. Okay? I know a lot of people unknowingly, like it will be also server in the sense it will be also like a laptop only, guys. The interface and all will be Windows operating system only. So it will be also like a laptop only. So unknowingly, if you shut down the server, in some organizations, of course, you don't have permissions, but in some organizations, you should be a local administrator. So you should be able to shut down the servers, but you cannot. You have to connect to the servers and you have to complete your work and you have to come back from the servers. That is called, if you connect to the servers, that is called sign in. And if you come out from the servers, that is called sign out. Sign in, sign out, log in, log off. Okay. So either you can connect to the server directly like this using MSTSC shortcut, or else you can also use any germ servers like Citrix apps, CyberArk and all. In some organizations, there is one more tool called VDI, Microsoft Terminal Services Client. Thank you, Tabsum. Yeah. So that is a abbreviation. Someone asked it, right? What is MSTSC? Microsoft Terminal Services Client, maybe. Okay,
Okay.
I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. So in some organizations, we'll also use VDI. What is that, guys? VDI, Virtual Desktop Interface. VDI softwares will be there. So VDI also will be there. So from VDI, they are going to connect to the servers, guys. From the VDI, they are going to connect to the servers. These are all the regular terminologies that will be used in the organization. Okay. Right. If you are doing work from home, if you are doing work from home, how it will be? So you are somewhere in the village, guys. Okay. So this is your laptop. Okay. So you are connected to one network. Okay. You might use Airtel, you might use Act Fibernet, you might use Broadway or any broadband you are going to use, guys. Okay. Any internet you are going to use. Router. Right. Now you are using an internet. Imagine this is a Airtel internet. You are using Airtel. Okay. See, now you are in one network. Your organization is in another network, guys. Both are two different networks. You are in one network and your organization is in another network. So now there are two different networks. These two different networks has to connect. Once these two networks are connected, then only you should be able to connect to the office network. Once you are connected to the office network, then again you can access the servers like as usual, like how we discussed in the same way you can access the servers. So what we have to do now, we have to use another software called VPN. What is that, guys? VPN. So using this VPN, it will create a bridge between the two networks. So using this VPN network, you can connect to the office network. Once you connect to the office network, you can, okay, normally like how we are connected to the Windows machines, in the same way, you can connect to the Windows servers, guys. So what is this VPN? Virtual Private Network. So what it will do, guys? What it will do? It will simply bridge two different networks. See, first of all, if you want to connect to the server, you should be able to connect to the office network, guys. The main goal is you should be able to connect to the office network. If you are in the office, no issues. Your laptop, there is no way your laptop will be automatically connected to the office network. So now the server and your laptop both are in the same network. No issues. In this scenario, you will open MSTS and you will directly connect to the server. But if you are doing work from home or work from office, your network will be different, office network will be different. So for that, to connect to the office network, we will use a third-party software called VPN, Virtual Private Network. So using this VPN software, we'll connect to the office network first. Once we connect to the office network, then as usual, we can able to connect to the server from here, like this, the connection will go and we can connect to the servers, guys. So that VPN software, we'll use different VPN softwares, guys. In the market, we have different VPN softwares are there. So that can be, okay. Global Protect is one VPN software. Tell me, guys, any other VPN softwares? Juniper, Cisco, yes, and Zscaler.
Hot client.
Yes. What is that client?
Hot client.
PodG. Yeah, okay. So your voice is breaking, Tamsa. Okay, so these are all different clients.
40 client.
40 client. Okay. Okay, so done. Thank you. Right. So these are all different VPN software. So your organization will use any of the VPN software, guys. Okay, your organization will use any of the VPN software. So once you got the laptop, they will install this VPN client. So that you can see in the system tray. This is called, the small icon is called system tray. System tray. Okay, so if you click on this system tray, you can see the VPN. So why we are discussing all these things means, sometimes if you are not able to connect to the server, your manager will ask you, have you connected to the VPN? Have you connected to the VPN? So you don't know what is VPN, where to check and all, then that will be a trouble. So VPN is, in the sense, any third-party software. It's a third-party software which will help you to bridge between two different networks. That is called VPN. That VPN can be a Global Protect, it can be a Juniper, it can be a Cisco, it can be a Zscaler, it can be a FortiClient. So using any of these, not all of these, using any of these softwares, we'll first connect to the office network. From there, we'll connect to the servers, guys. Is it clear, everyone, now? Are we good? Questions, doubts? Any questions, guys?
No questions.
Okay, thank you.
Look, Citrix also one
Citrix
virtualization
also.
software. Is it right?
Citrix, VPN or?
Citrix is a virtualization
Not
software.
virtualization software. Virtualization software is different. Jump server is different. Citrix apps is a virtual, it's a jump server software, Citrix apps. Okay, so virtualization means Oracle VirtualBox and VMware and your Hyper-V. These are all the famous, the top three virtualization softwares. Citrix apps is
Citrix hypervisor అంటే
Citrix
what is the Citrix hypervisor?
Citrix hypervisor. I never heard about it. Maybe they started the virtualization technology or not. I am not sure. But the top three are like Oracle VirtualBox, VMware, and Hyper-V from Microsoft.
I searched in
Okay,
ChatGPT.
maybe
I
they
got the
started,
Citrix
but no,
hypervisor.
no one is using that for now. Maybe in future. Okay, for now, no one is using that Citrix hypervisor and all.
Okay, Citrix app to connect to the
Citrix
uh,
apps, yeah, it will be like a jump server. Okay, through Citrix apps, we can connect to the servers.
okay, sir.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions, doubts? Okay, fine. So now, as discussed in the last session, okay, we created the virtual machine. So now what we have to do, we have to enable the virtual connections. I mean to say the remote connections and all we have to enable first, then only we should be able to connect to the server remotely. So I'm starting the server. Always open the Oracle VirtualBox with run as administrator, guys. So how many of you created the virtual machine, guys? In the last class, we discussed it till OS installation. So how many of you completed that OS installation?
I have completed.
Very good. What about others?
I have completed. Sir.
Yeah, I have
Okay.
completed.
Okay. What about others, guys?
Completed, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. Guys, please complete it again. If you are postponing, okay, no one can help you. Again, I'm saying it's like for 1 week, we are going to discuss a lot of things. Okay, if you are keep on postponing and all, no one can help you, guys. I'm sure about it. Okay, right. Okay, so the machine, we just created this batch 57 machine in the last weekend. So generally, once a class is completed, I'm going to shut down the servers as these are not production servers and all. But in the organization, you'll never shut down the servers, guys. Now I'm starting the server by double clicking on it. You can start the servers just by double clicking on it. So this and all, you don't worry, servers will be always available in the organization. You no need to start the servers in the organization. So we are building the whole environment from the scratch. So that's why, okay. So you can see all these screens and all. In the organization, you will not see this kind of screen. Okay, this will be controlled by your Windows team. So Windows team is going to take care of all these things. So they will make sure the servers are up and running. So once the servers are up and running, you can be able to connect to the servers through RDP, guys. Right, the server is started. Okay, so now I'm connecting to the server. This is called a direct connection. Okay, how we will connect to the server, guys? How to open, how to log into the server now? Right control plus delete. It will give you the login screen. Right control plus delete. Don't use alt. Okay, right control plus delete you have to use. So you will get the login screen. Otherwise, you can also use this input keyboard. Insert control alt delete. In this way also, if you click on this, you will get this login screen. Okay, last time when I installed the operating system, I gave one password, right? That password I have to give here to log into the server. First, I'll enable the remote connections and then I'll connect to the server remotely. I'll show you how to connect to the server remotely, guys. Okay. Wait for some time. Once you logged into the server, one tool called Server Manager, okay, will pop up automatically. So it is going to collect all the information. Then once it stop collecting the information, you will be ready to work on the server. Okay, just a minute. Right, okay, so this is the server manager, guys. Automatically will open and you can minimize or you can close the server manager, not an issue. Okay, right. Now I have to enable the remote connections. So there are two settings you have to do. Again, this also will be done by the Windows team. We don't do this, guys. We don't do this. No one will ask you to do this step. Okay. This also will be done. Enabling remote connections is also their business, Windows team business. So they are going to take care of it. You don't worry. But to practice, to get the real-time experience, you have to do. Okay, fine. So there are two settings you have to enable for the remote connections, guys. One is in the server. Okay, so open Windows R, or else we can also do like this. Click on this folder and go to this PC properties. And click on this remote settings. And what you can do, you can just click on this allow remote connections, click OK and apply and OK. This is one setting that you have to do. Close this, minimize this and go to Oracle VirtualBox Manager. Right click on the machine, go to the settings of the machine, go to the network settings, click on this attach to, click on the select bridged adapter. Here you can see multiple names, guys. I can see 4 names. That doesn't mean you have to see all the 4 names. Someone can see one name, some can see 2 names, some can see 4 names. So don't worry, if it is one name, there is no other way, that will be selected automatically. If it is 2 names, choose Intel Dual Band Wireless. If the name is not same, at least in the name you can see wireless. Select that one. Okay. So if this is not working with the one name, choose the another name, guys. Virtual adapter 2. Any name you can choose. Okay. Just try checking, try changing with the names. No issues, nothing will happen. So I'm just going with wireless AC3165. Again, I'm saying the same name can be there in your virtual box, or it can be a different name, but at least wireless will be there in that name. So make sure you select wireless. Okay. Click on the advanced option, choose promiscuous mode as allow all and click OK. Done. These two settings you have to do, guys, to connect to the server remotely. Now I want to connect to the server remotely, right? So what I have to use here to connect to the server remotely? Once you just enable the settings, you will get the yes or no pop-up. Always choose yes, guys. Don't choose no. Okay, click yes. So here if I want to connect to the server remotely, what I have to give? What I have to give, guys? If I want to connect to the server remotely.
MSTSA.
MSTSA I opened.
Server name.
Yeah, here I have to give server name, or it will also accept
Host name.
sorry, host name, server name, both are same.
IP address.
IP address, IP address, very good, IP address. Okay, you can either give server name here, or you can give host name also. Guys, can I connect to this? Can I connect to this machine using the same concept? Is it possible? Using RDP, can I connect to this machine now at this scenario? Now currently, can I connect to this batch 56 using the same computer name and all? Is it possible?
No,
Why?
because it's power off and in the name
Very
of the
good.
server
Very good.
and I.
Super, Hari. Super. Guys, if you are in the class, if you are awake, you can communicate and you can interact with me. If you are sleeping, even though I'm calling with your name, if you are sleeping, so definitely will not respond, right? So if I want to connect to the server remotely, the server should be in running state. If it is in stopped state, it don't accept any connections. In this scenario, we cannot connect now because it is in powered off state. Okay, so if you want to work with the remote connections, make sure the server is up and running first. Without starting the server, they will try to connect. Shanmukh, I cannot connect to the server. What I have to do? What wrong I did? Very simple. The server is not running. So make sure the server is running. That's it. If it is running, it can accept the connections. If it is not running, it don't accept any connections. Okay. So now either I can give server name here or I can give IP address here. So how to find the server name and IP address, guys? How we can find the server name and IP address?
CMD. Go to the CMD or you can check. We can check the property of the C drive. There will be a name of the machine.
Very good, very good. Okay. So open run, Windows plus R run. And again, people will do this mistake. They see now. Let me go back to the diagram. Okay. So this is my server, which I just created. This is my laptop. From this laptop to this server, I have to connect. So where I have to open MSTSC? In my MSTSC is a tool to connect. So it's a client. So I have to open MSTSC in the laptop. Which IP address I should know? The server IP address or server name I should know. So what people will do sometimes, they will connect to their own laptop, local laptop by giving their local IP. Are you getting the point, guys? They will try to connect to their own laptop using remotely by giving their local IP address. No. Which server you want to connect, that IP address you have to give, or that server name you have to give first thing. And what others will do, sometimes they will log into the server, they will open MSTSC in the server. In the server, they will open MSTSC here. Here also you can see one remote. Okay, this is your remote desktop connection. Here also you can see one remote. So they are going to give the same server name, means from the same server name to the same server name, you are trying to connect to the server remotely, which is again wrong. From here to here, you have to connect. People will log into the server, they will open RDP here, and they will try to connect to the same server. Already connected, right? Why again you have to connect? So from here, you have to open MSTS in your laptop, and you have to give this server name, and you have to connect to the server remotely, guys. Clear? Don't do this mistake. Definitely one person will come back to me by doing the same mistake. Okay? See guys, if you are doing the same mistakes, even though we discussed, I don't answer the question. I'll simply ask you to go to the videos, check the videos we have already discussed. Why? Because if I answered with my busy schedule, I can give you one word or two words answer. So I cannot explain in a better way. If you go to the video, you will get a complete discussion why we did that, how we did that. Okay. Chalo. So now what we have to do, guys, go to the server. Just check this server name and IP address. How to get it? Just open CMD here in the server. Let me cancel. In the server CMD, or else simply click on this Windows button. Just type run. Sorry, CMD. Okay, you will get like this. CMD. So now to find out the server name, we have a command called host name. Host name, without giving any spaces, you have to type. This is the host name, the server name, guys. This is the server name you have to give. And to find out the IP address, what is the command, guys?
ipconfig.
Very good. ipconfig. Okay, so either you can use this IPv4 address to connect to the server, or you can use the server name to connect to the server. Any of these will work. IP address, generally in the organization, you will have 10 series IP address, 10.10.10.21, 10.2.10.11, 10.5.10.2. Kind of IP range will be there. 10 series IP range will be there in the organizations. Or you can also use to connect to the server using the computer name, the server name. Okay, this is the server name. So what is the server name, guys? Win hyphen uj. It's not a case sensitive. You can give in lower or uppercase, no issues. 18 L0 I. Okay, is it correct, guys? Win UJK85B18L0I. Okay. Now click connect. Once you configured it properly, you will get the login screen. It will ask you to give you the credentials of the server. Which credentials? Server credentials. Remember which credentials we used, guys, to connect to the server? Remember at the beginning of the session, in the beginning of our class, I logged into the server using which credential? What is the credential we used to connect?
Batch 57.
No. What is the username? Username, that is the machine.
Admin.
Very good. Administrator, and I gave one password, right? That you have to give here. Username is administrator. In your case, if you got the job, Windows team will create a separate account for you. For example, Radha got the job. Windows team will create Radha.Krishna. Something might be if he is part of something, maybe Philips company. Okay, if he is part of Philips company, Philips / Radha.Krishna username will be created. I'm just giving an example. And for Radha, they will provide a separate credential. Then using that credential, Radha is going to log in. In our scenario, we have one user already. One user is their administrator. So I'm trying to log in with the same username. But in the organization, they will create a separate account for you once you got the job. And then they will provide those credentials. So that username you have to give here and password you have to give here. So now I'm giving the administrator username, the computer, the server password. Okay, I'm just giving it and hit enter. Once you just click enter, you will get a screen like this. Click yes. Done. Okay, so once you connect to the server remotely, this is how it will be, guys. This is how a real-time server will be. In the organization also, it will be the same way. Same as it is the same kind of, okay, server will be the same kind of interface will be there.
Hello, Samuk.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
now we are connected to the server, but when we will use the Citrix app and I mean Jump server, in this
That's what
in this
depends.
scenario?
In this scenario, first I'll connect to Citrix apps. Okay.
Okay.
First I'll see, for
Then we
example,
will
CyberArk. Yeah, for example, CyberArk is there. CyberArk is a portal. First, I'll connect to the portal, the CyberArk portal, with different credentials, with the customized credentials and all. They will give a separate credentials. First, I'll connect to the CyberArk. From CyberArk, I can see list of servers, or I can search the respective server. I can click on that server. It will allow you to download the RDP icon. Click on the download RDP icon, and automatically from there you can connect. The same concept. The middle layer will be Citrix apps or what I can say CyberArk. Concept is same. Extra
Yes.
1 2 screens will be there of your middle layer screen. What is that? Either CyberArk or Citrix apps. Extra screens will be there. Okay,
Okay.
now I am connecting to server directly, right? By just opening RDP in my laptop. If they are using Jump server, you have to open your browser. There you have to type Citrix apps or CyberArk. You have to log into that portal website. Once you logged in with your valid credentials, then it will show you the list of all the servers. Which server you want to connect, you can select that server and you can connect from there itself. Connect button will be there. Click on connect, automatically it will connect.
But actually, in this image, you show we have to log in on the MSCSC on the local environment of the organization through the desktop,
Correct.
and then we will go to the Citrix app and CyberArk.
No. Forget about the Citrix apps and CyberArk. Leave it. Okay. Just concentrate on this.
Okay.
Yeah. That is easy. That you will get to know easily. Okay. So if you don't use both, just use either. You have to open MSTSC, give the server name a connect. That is one connection. Or directly log into the CyberArk by using the credentials. There itself connect button will be there. Click on connect button and then you can able to connect. You are mixing both. It is going to confuse others. Okay. So Citrix apps, CyberArk, leave it. It's not a big deal. You can easily understand.
Actually, I am using MSCSC through my desktop in my organization. That's why I'm
That's so.
asking.
See. If organization enabled, that you have to do. Your organization itself is not using CyberArk, then what is the use of it?
Yeah.
You got the point, right? People either
Yes.
they will choose MSTSC like you, now your organization. I said right, 60% people they will do like this only. Direct through MSTSC will connect to the servers. 60% of the organization will do the same. 40% they will use third-party tools. Your organization itself is not using any third-party tool. So there is no question of how to use CyberArk or Citrix apps in your organization. You got the point now, Harishankar?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So if
Yes.
your organization itself is not using, so nothing to worry. There is no other way. You might thought that is there any other way to connect to my servers using Citrix apps? No. If they are using, yes, there will be another way. They are not at all using, right? So you have to connect in this way only.
I know about that. So I know how to use MSCSC, but I
Okay.
was not aware of Citrix apps and
Not
CyberArk.
an issue. Not an issue. That is easy tool only. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? So this is how you have to connect to the servers, guys. Now are we good? Now this is how the server look likes. Okay, you should be able to resize this bar. Sometimes when you are sharing the screen, it will create a problem. You can move this bar, you can resize this bar, you can pin this bar, you can unpin this bar. So a lot of things you can do while sharing the screen and all. If it is creating a disturbance, you should be able to move this bar and all. Okay, you should be able to resize this bar and all. Okay, where is your local laptop? Where is my notes, diagrams and all? Where it is? Simply you have to minimize the server. You can see all those things, guys. Okay, so if you want to again see the server, just click on that RDP. If you want to minimize, you can just simply minimize. You can see your local laptop. Now there are actually two machines you are able to see on my screen. Now this is my local laptop. This is my server screen. Two actually. Clear now, everyone? Guys, are we good?
Yeah. Yes, Shanmugh. Shanmugh, I don't see this wireless option.
That's what. If you don't see
That's
that
problem.
wireless, some other name will be there. You can see only one name or two, three names you can see. One name.
There are multiple NAT bridge adapter, internal network, host only adapter.
No,
generic driver, NAT network.
See, under bridge adapter again, guys, people are doing the same mistake. Don't practice parallelly with me. See, you are saying about this one, okay? This one you are saying
VM
exactly
settings.
true. That's what you are saying about this one, not this one. There is one more
Yes.
name. There you have to check.
No,
Okay,
under bridge network, right?
here it is always bridge adapter only. Okay,
Yes.
so here there will be
Below, I
yeah,
don't see wireless.
yeah. If what you can see, like one or two or three, how many options you can see there?
Two are there, Realtek and
Real tech. You can choose real tech, no problem. If it is not working, no
Realtek
issue.
RT, some.
Yeah, you see,
Mhm.
you can choose real tech. If it is not working, next time you can change. Whenever you want, you can change this. Okay,
Mhm.
if it is not working with real tech, try with another name. That's it. This should be rigid adapter only. This should be a different name. Okay,
Mhm.
you can see here Realtek PCI GRE family controller is there for me also. So like that,
Mhm.
you can choose any name to make sure the connection is enabled. Okay,
Okay.
guys, please don't practice parallelly with me. Okay, if you stuck at any point while practicing, you can send me a screenshot in the WhatsApp. Okay, I'll help you. Don't worry, but please listen the classes. Okay. Any other questions, guys?
Sure.
So now there are some limitations to the RDP, especially while practicing. In the organizations, no limitations. For some of you, RDP will work. For some of you, RDP will not work. So what are the limitations? You have to use Windows 10 Pro or 11 Pro operating system. Your local laptop operating system should be Windows 10 Pro or 11 Pro. Where we can see, go to your local laptop, just hit the Windows button and type system information. Okay, just simply type system, you will get the system information. So there itself you can see, or else you can also use MS Info 32. So you can see here operating system information. See, mine is Windows 10 Pro. So the operating system should be Windows 10 Pro or 11 Pro. Sometimes if it is, you can see home edition, home edition. This is the laptop edition, guys. Pro means professional. Home edition will also will be there. If you see 10 home or 11 home, sometimes it might support or it might not support. So even though after doing all the connections, Sunmuk, it is not working, means there is an issue with your laptop OS itself. Okay, so it should be either 10 Pro, 11 Pro. If it is home edition, 10 home or 11 home, there is a chance it will support. I'm not saying 100% it will not support. In some cases, it will support. Try to update your laptop with the latest updates. There is a chance that it can support. But if it is not supporting after enabling all the connections also, that is not your mistake. Your laptop doesn't have that feature. Okay, that is the first limitation, guys. Clear? Is it clear, everyone? Second
Yeah.
limitation, the server should be up and running. People, they don't start the server and they will simply try to connect to the server. Okay, so in that scenario, it won't work. The server should be up and running to take the connections. This is the second case. Third case is internet should be there. Whatever connections we just enabled, those connections will help you to enable the internet, guys. That's it. So the server should have internet. Okay, the server should have internet. So you just enable two connections, right? In the this PC remote settings, one connection, and the VirtualBox machine settings, you enable another connection. These two will help you to get to share the internet of your local laptop to the server. So internet should be there while practicing. Then only you can use RDP. If there is no internet, or if suddenly if the power is gone in between while practicing, RDP will be closed suddenly. Guys, RDP will be closed, guys. That doesn't mean your server will be stopped. Server will be RDP is just a tool to connect to the running machines. That's it. RDP doesn't control the server. RDP will help you to connect to the server. That's it. If this is closed suddenly, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Your server, see the server is still up and running only. Nothing will happen to the server. Okay. Again, you can connect. Again, click on this RDP. Okay. Give the server name. Click connect. And last time we gave the username, right? This time I can directly give the password. So how many times you want, you can connect. When you click disconnect, guys. Okay. So this is how you can connect. So it is not going to control it. It's not going to control the servers. It will just help you to connect to the server. That's it. So internet should be there, guys. So while practicing, suddenly if any internet issues are there, if your internet is like on or off kind of situation, the RDP will be closed suddenly. So nothing to worry. Again, make sure you restart the server completely and again you try to connect to the server remotely, guys. Clear? These are the three main limitations, guys. In case if you people are challenging any issues, this might be one of them. Okay, after enabling all the connections also, if it is not working means the issue can be one of them, guys. So make sure, okay, to the VM. Okay, so suddenly like today you will practice in your room. Maybe in the evening you will go to your friend's room. So here it might work. Okay, in your room it might work, but if you go to your friend's room, it will not work because the network is changed. Again, just try restarting the server, it will work. Okay, guys, clear everyone? These are the limitations, guys. So just keep in mind while practicing. Fine, are we good? Any questions, doubts so far? Any questions, guys? Home, can you hear me? Home? Home. Can you? Who is this home?
Yes,
Who is
Sharma.
this? Who is
This is
this?
Varshika.
Varshika.
Yeah.
Varshika, do you have my number, Varshika?
Sorry?
You have my number?
Yours number?
My number only.
Yeah.
Just ping me in the WhatsApp, okay? I'm unable to identify, okay? Just ping me in the WhatsApp.
Okay.
Varshika Reddy, okay, got you.
Yes.
Got you. No problem. Okay, try to, I just renamed you as Varshika. Okay, so,
Okay. Thank
yeah.
you.
No, someone I renamed as Varshika. Who is that? Okay, fine. No issues. Guys, any questions, any doubts?
No, sir.
No, are we good about the remote desktop connections and all?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, fine. Right. So that's all about the remote connections, guys. I just connected to the server. Okay. So take a break, come back after 15 minutes. So we'll discuss the other things. In the evening session, I'll show you how to install the SQL server. Till now, we'll do some homework. Till then, we'll do some homework. We'll discuss about the process, like what is the process to install the SQL server. All these things we'll discuss. Okay, and then in the evening session, we'll go ahead to install the SQL server, guys. Okay, I'll be back in 15 minutes, guys. By mistake, yeah, please.
So, other than using the administrator, right, to log into the computer to the
Yeah.
server, how else can you get in there? If you have a username, let me say you have a username and a password,
Okay.
right?
See, if you have username and password, very simple. In the below section, you can see more choices or more options. Okay. Just when you click, when you try connecting to this server, okay, if you see more choices and use a different account, there you have to give the username and password.
Sometimes they do as people using / something different
It is
things
called
to
a
get
domain.
into.
Domain. I'll explain. We have a separate class on that. That is called a
Okay.
So domain
Okay,
network
cool.
will have different domains. So based on that, we'll give first initially domain name. Domain name is in the sense your family name. Okay, lot of B's will be there. So how can I identify the correct B? Right, with your family name, correct? And even in the family name also, the same B name will be there. But here you have to give, for example, you are working for United Health Group, UHG \B. Your account will be created. You're working for something like Washington Police Department, NYPD, NYPD \B. Okay, so like that. If you're working for some other police department, again one more domain will be there for that other department. Okay, so domain name is a kind of a family name. So that will be discussed during the active directory advanced sessions. We'll discuss all those things. Okay.
Okay.
Fine, guys. Okay, we'll be back after 15 minutes, guys. Guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, by mistake, I just updated two users' names as Varshika. Varshika, please check if you are not Varshika. Please rename with your name, okay? Fine. Okay, so you're able to see my screen, right?
Yes, MD.
Okay, done. So let's continue. So now first we'll discuss the process of installing the SQL Server, okay? Process of installing the SQL Server. Right. So before installing the SQL Server, first you should know the process, guys. What is the process of installing the SQL Server? You should know first. Installation is easy only, okay? So of course, in the first installation, we'll discuss all the things, different components and all. So, but normal installation, once you are comfortable, installation is very easy. SQL Server installation is easy only. But you should know the process, how we will get the request, what kind of request we'll get it, and how to proceed with the request, who are going to request us. So all these things you have to first know. So then once you are comfortable with the process, guys, always as an experienced person, you should know the process first. In the interviews also, while explaining, always try to explain with the process. Don't directly jump into the technical things and all. Explain the process first. Why? Because when we are dealing with the customer, process is very important, guys. Process continuously. If you don't follow the process, okay, that can leads to the escalation. So anything, not only for uninstallations or not only for maintenance activities, for every activity there will be a process, guys. So first we have to concentrate on the process. So what is the process of installing SQL Server? Before installing SQL Server, what kind of things we have to check? So all these things you should know first. So if I want to install SQL Server, what I should have, guys? What platform I should have? If I want to install SQL Server, what platform I should have? I should have a Windows,
OS.
right?
Windows operating.
Windows Server. So the machine should be ready. Okay, the machine should be ready. So users, they will use their own internal tools to raise a request. They will not come to your desk. Hey Ravi, please install SQL Server for me. Or hey Sunita, please install SQL Server for me. They will not come to you and they will not tell like that. It is not the correct process. Tomorrow after installing, if they said, no, I didn't ask you to install SQL Server. Who asked you to install SQL Server? I said 2017, you installed 2019. Lot of confusions will be there. So to avoid these things, for the accountability and all, we will use an internal tool called ticketing tool. What is that, guys? Ticketing tool. So using this ticketing tool, users are going to raise a request. For example, you are working in an organization. Mostly, imagine you are working in an organization or currently you are working in some other company. So if you want to take the leave, first, what is the process? You have to talk to your manager or the higher authority, whoever is your next person. You have to take the approval. Once he approved, then you have to apply the leave in your application, whatever internal application is there, you have to apply the leave. So this is the process. So if you want to take a planned leave, you have to follow the whole process. If you don't follow the process, what will happen, guys? Definitely it will be escalated, right? So in the same way, to install or to fulfill any of the user requests, okay, to fulfill any of the user requests, you have to follow the process first. So if anyone is having any request. It can be installation, it can be uninstallation, it can be ad hoc backups, it can be permissions, it can be patchings, it can be upgradations, it can be migrations, it can be failovers, lot of things. Whatever the work is, first they have to come to you with one ticket, guys. With a ticket, they have to raise a ticket. Ticket is nothing but a request. Okay, it can be a request, an incident, whatever it is. So they have to raise a request. Hey, DBA team, for our application, we need one SQL server. Please install SQL server. People sometimes they will install SQL server. They will just ask SQL server. People sometimes they will be very clear. I need this version of SQL server. I need that version of SQL server. They are very particular. Okay, I'll tell you what kind of questions you have to ask them. Okay, if they are not giving a proper information. So they will simply come back to you. They will raise a request. He can be in the US, he can be in the UK, the user. He can be in the Singapore, he can be in the Australia. Okay, he will not directly talk to you, right? You can be in the shift, or maybe your colleague can be in the shift. Simply for the accountability, he will raise a ticket. In the ticket, he will mention all those things. I need SQL Server. I need SQL Server 2019 or 2022. So like this, he's going to mention the ticket. He's just going to raise a ticket. That ticket he can raise using a tool called a ticketing tool. So there are different ticketing tools are there in the market. The famous one is ServiceNow ticketing tool, also called as a SNOW. S means ServiceNow, S means service, and NOW means now. ServiceNow ticketing tool. There are other ticketing tools like Jira, Remedy, okay, Lotus Notes, okay, and DevOps boards.
Submit.
Yeah, so different ticketing tools are there. Mostly people will use ServiceNow ticketing tool, guys. ServiceNow is just for example, if your internet is not working, what you will do, you will open the app, you will just raise a request, raise a complaint, right? That is called one ticket. For example, you want to change your plan, again you will open the app, you will modify the plan, you will raise a request, that is called one ticket. So whatever your request, if your internet is not working, that is also a ticket. And if you want to change the plan, that is also ticket. So what is your requirement that you are going to raise in terms of tickets? The other person, on the other hand, if internet is not working, he will check your query, he will send a technician, and he will help you to troubleshoot that issue. Or if you want to upgrade the plan, he might send you a separate link for the payment. You have to complete the payment, you have to upgrade the plan and all. So this is how the process will be. So for the accountability, whatever request it is, whether it is a SQL Server installation or any other requests, users will raise a ticket to you. That ticket will come to DBA queue. Okay, there are different queues in the ticketing system. DBA, for example, if that is a Windows work, it will go to Windows queue. If it is a network related work, it will go to network queue. If it is a storage related, it will go to storage queue. If it is application related, it will go to application queue. So each queue in the sense a team, a bucket kind of thing. So DBA team will get DBA related tickets. Network team will get network related tickets. Some other teams will get their own related tickets. Sometimes there is a chance Windows team, they will route the ticket to the DBA team, or some users unknowingly they will raise a request to DBA team. If it is not belongs to our team or our queue, we'll simply read the ticket. If it belongs to our, it means if we can do that work, we will assign it to ourselves. If we can't, if it belongs to some network team or storage team, we'll route the ticket to other team, guys. Okay, so DBA team, the ticket will goes to DBA queue, guys. Whoever there in the shift, for example, I am in the morning shift, I will check my DBA tickets and all, whatever tickets are there in the ServiceNow. I'll check. I'll show you the interface. Don't worry. At the end of the sessions, I'll show you how the ServiceNow, how to assign the tickets, how to change the status of the tickets, how many different types of tickets are there. ITIL process. I'll explain. We will take one class on that. I'll explain. Okay. So if I am there in the shift, I am a DBA. I am going to take the ticket. Okay. Imagine the ticket number will be like this: RITM, request item, something like this. Like this. This is the ticket number. When you raise a complaint, they will give you one number, right? So this is also kind of a number. Using this number only, we can track it, who is working on it, currently what is the stage of the ticket, any inputs they need, okay, any other approvals they are waiting for. So they are going to check using the ticket number, guys. This is called a ticket number. This is just a reference, just an example, guys. Fine. So now if I want to install SQL, customer is asking to install SQL Server 2019. So if I want to install SQL Server 2019, where I have to install, guys? Where I have to install? First of all, I should have a Windows server. If it is already an existing machine, he will give you the machine name. If it is a new machine completely from the scratch, we should have a Windows server first. Okay, Windows server. So now what I did, guys, to install SQL Server here, first I installed Oracle VirtualBox, then I created a VM, then I installed the operating system. Then what I did? Then after that, what I did, guys?
RDP.
RDP, I enabled the remote desktop connections. Okay, now finally I connected to the server, and I should also install some prerequisites like .NET Framework and all. See, to install SQL Server, to make sure the platform is ready to install SQL Server, I did all these things. But in the organizations, who will do, guys, all these steps? It will be done by Windows network team.
Yes.
Network team.
Correct. In Windows team will complete their Windows activities. Network team will complete their network activities. Means if anyone is coming to us to install SQL Server, that is not only our work. First, the ground should be prepared by Windows team, network team, storage team, like all other teams has to prepare the ground. Once they prepare that platform, then we are good to install the SQL Server. Are you getting the point, guys? Right. So now in some organizations, if you want to install anything, okay, you need a change ticket. You need a change ticket. I'll tell you what is this change ticket and all. You don't worry at all. Change ticket is one type of ticket. You are doing changes to the server, right? So that you can do by taking extra approvals. That is called change ticket. I'll explain what is this change ticket and all. So now, as it is a fresh installation from the scratch, this request item, whatever request item, it will have a child tickets, guys. Child tickets, okay, called C task. Catalog task. C means catalog task. So C task 1, first Windows team has to create VM, right? VM and installing SQL in Windows Server. Next, C task 2 will goes to network team. Why? Because they have to enable the network connections, enabling RDP, setting up the IPs and all. Then if any storage related, we have to also assign the storage, right? Storage also they will add their storage, like they will have their own, like in some organizations, mostly Windows team only will handle the storage. In some organizations, separate team will be there to handle the storage and all. So first they have to complete all these 3 tasks, guys. Then C task 4 will be DBA task. Okay, once everything is ready, then we have to connect to the server. Then we have to install the SQL Server, guys. Is it clear, everyone? Everyone, is it clear? So without the machine, without the platform, we cannot install the SQL Server. So first we have to make sure the platform is ready, and then once all the teams, these teams completed their activity, we can keep an eye on the ticket, what is the status and all, whether it is completed. If this is completed, Windows team will close this C task. If this is completed, network team will close this C task. If this is finished, storage team will close this C task. Finally, our task is pending, right? So once everything is ready, once platform is created by all these teams, then we are good to, okay, install the SQL Server, guys. This is the process of installing SQL Server. Is it clear, everyone? Any confusion, doubts, please?
No, sir, it's okay.
Clear, right? No questions?
RITM means
RITM
ticket
means
number.
request item. That is the ticket number, request item.
Okay.
Any questions, guys, please? So this is the process. If it's an existing machine, Shanmukh already one machine is up and running, in that customer is asking to install another SQL Server. Yes, for that we need again, as it is existing machine, it is up and running, some applications are running on that, we have to again raise a change request. I'll tell you what is change request and all. Once the change is approved, then we are good to install the SQL Server, guys. This is like, it's not belongs to a SQL Server, but the process you have to follow without missing the process. Okay, like if you miss the process and all, again it will be escalated to higher levels. So process is always a process, guys. It is very, very important. Always keep in mind whatever task you are doing, process depends on the organization to organization. Some organizations, particular requests, they don't need change requests. Some organizations, they might need change requests. So depends on the organization. So you will get to know all these things in the KT. They will explain. If they are not explaining, you can ask them directly what and all tasks need change request and all. So slowly you will get to know all these things, guys. Okay. So now what we have to do, now everything is ready. We just created the VM and we have installed the operating system and we have enabled the network connections and we are able to take the RDP storage. As it is a small machine, we don't need a separate storage. Already C drive is there for us. We can install SQL Server in the C drive. Okay, but in the organization, we'll add 500 GB, 1000 GB, like 1 TB, 2 TB machines and all will be there. So storage team will add the extra storage and all for that particular machine, guys. Okay. Fine, guys, please don't hesitate. If you stuck at any point, just let me know. I'm happy to help you. We have enough time, don't worry. We'll go slowly. And one more thing, just few people, I guess 3 or 4 people, for them, this is the first class. Again, I request you to watch the previous all 4 classes. All 4 are very important, the basic sessions. So how we created the virtual machine, how we installed the operating system and all, everything is very, very important. Please complete those 4 sessions so that it will be easy. You will be on track, guys. Okay. But in case if you are not getting, don't worry. Once you finish those four classes, you can easily understand this 5th class. Okay, fine, guys. Right. Any other questions, guys, so far? Right. So,
No.
very good. Okay. So let's go with the prerequisites to install the SQL Server. What are the prerequisites to install the SQL Server, guys? Okay. There are some hardware components, hardware requirements, and there are some software requirements to install SQL Server, guys. So what are the hardware requirements we need? I'll tell you all the minimum configurations. Maximum, there is no limit. Depends on the customer. See, there is a difference between a small application and a big application. There is a difference between SBI net banking and in any application. I mean, in any organization, if you are using any application, small application to apply the leaves, definitely there is a difference. For example, there are 2 applications. Application 1 is like a HR related application to apply the leaves. So not regularly you are going to use, only while applying the leaves, you are going to connect to that application. So limited users will be there, limited network will be there. On the other hand, if you go to SBI net banking or if you go to Amazon website, how many users will connect continuously at a time? If it is affected for 1 minute, how much loss will be there for Amazon? So applications can be different applications, small applications, big applications, legacy applications. Okay, legacy means old applications. Sometimes legacy applications and all, they don't generate any revenue. For example, this leave application, if you want to apply the leave, it won't generate any revenue. Amazon will generate the revenue. If as Amazon is generating the revenue, 1 minute downtime is also not acceptable. Even 1 second downtime is also not acceptable. But if this leave application is down for 1 day also, nothing will happen. Tomorrow you can apply the leaves. It's not urgency. So it depends. There are different types of applications will be there. Depends upon the business that you are doing on the application. The criticality of the application will be there, guys. So less critical applications, highly critical applications, production applications, live applications. So these are all depends upon the business that you are doing on the application. Are you getting the point, guys? So some applications, if it is a leave applications, we don't need a big infrastructure. Just a small server is enough. If it is an Amazon, we need lot of infrastructure, lot of storage. Why? Because per second it is doing lot of transactions per second. So it depends on the application, your server size will be there. So it can, some servers can be small size, some servers can be medium scale, some servers can be large scale. Okay, so we cannot define what is the maximum size and all. It can be some servers will need 100 GB, some servers need 500 GB, some servers need 1 TB, 2 TB, 4 TB, 10 TB storage. Some servers need 8 GB RAM. Some servers need 16 GB. Some of them 32 GB, 64 GB, 128 GB, 256 GB, 512 GB of RAM. Some servers need 4-core CPU. Some of them 8-core, 16-core, 32-core, 64-core, 128-core. So it depends upon the application. The infrastructure also will be expanded, guys. Clear? So there is no maximum limit. Minimum hardware requirements we should know. And no one will ask you what are the minimum requirements to install the SQL Server. Okay? It's good to know. That's it. So hardware in the sense storage, CPU, RAM, main hardware peripherals, components. Software in the sense any softwares that you are using to fulfill the requirements. So let's discuss what are the hardware components to install any SQL Server and what are the software components to install the SQL Server. Let's discuss first. Okay. So RAM, if it is older versions like SQL Server 2005, 2008 and all, 2 GB RAM is enough. If it is latest versions, okay, we need minimum 4 GB RAM to install SQL Server. Minimum 4 GB RAM, and in the sense it don't, even though you don't have 4 GB RAM, nothing will happen. It will be installed, but it will be little slow. Recommended. These are not mandatory. These are the recommended configurations. Okay. So minimum 4 GB. Why? Because I am going to install SQL Server with the 2 GB machines also. Shanmukh, you said 4 GB. Then how you are installing on 3 GB or 2 GB machines? That is the recommended. If not, the performance is not good. Okay. And the hardware, the storage can be minimum 4 to 5 GB, 4 to 5 GB of storage, guys. Minimum 4 to 5 GB of storage. In this scenario, this can be 1 GB also. I'll give you the range so that it will be good. 1 to 4 GB. Why? Because few older versions will accept 1 GB RAM also. Okay. And the latest versions and all. Okay. It will be 2 GB, 3 GB, 4 GB. So minimum 1 GB to 4 GB RAM is recommended. Storage minimum, okay, 4 to 5 GB storage is important, guys. Less than 2 GB and all, it won't work. Minimum to minimum, you need 4 to 5 GB of storage. And CPU, 1 core CPU is fine. Minimum CPU, 1 core to many, depends on your application. If it is a small, it can be 8 core, 16 core also. If it is a big, it can be 64 core, 128 core also. So minimum 1 core is required, guys. These are the main hardware requirements. What are the software requirements, guys? Software requirements can be, okay, we need .NET framework first. .NET framework, okay, that is very important. All the Windows, Microsoft applications mostly will run based on the .NET framework. So we need .NET framework. So in the .NET framework, we have different versions like 2.0, 3.0, 4.5. So we'll go with the .NET framework 4.5. I'll show you how to install .NET framework. Don't worry. But again, this will be done by the Windows team. You don't worry. We don't install the .NET framework and all. .NET framework will be installed by the Windows team only. .NET framework 4.5. And of course, we need SQL Server software. Which version you want to install? 17, 19, 22. We need SQL Server software. And these are the main important software requirements, guys. Of course, we need Windows operating system also. Without Windows operating system, we cannot, okay, install the SQL Server. That is also comes under software requirements. We need Windows OS and all. So these are the main lot of software hardware requirements are there. No need to remember all those things, but RAM, hardware side, storage, RAM and CPU. Software side, .NET Framework, SQL Server software and operating system. That's it. Just try to remember these main, okay, software and hardware requirements, guys. Clear? So now what I'll do, I'm going to install a .NET Framework in our server. Why? Because it's mandatory, okay? Someone is doing Kushi. Who is Kushi? 1 minute. Not who is Kushi? Please respond, guys. Can you hear me?
Hello. Hello, sir.
Yeah, who is this? Hello, Kushi. Yeah, tell me, no problem. Tell me, who is this?
Kushi.
Kushi. You have my number, Kushi?
Yes.
Kushi.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Got you. Kushi. Okay, fine. So you don't join Azure SQL DBA, Kushi?
Yes.
Okay. Fine. No issues. Right. So these are all the main hardware and software requirements, guys. So just keep in mind, what we can do now, we can install the .NET framework. We have all these things. So I just created a machine with 3 GB of RAM now I have, and I am having around 25 GB of storage. Okay. And one CPU is there. So we are meeting the prerequisites. Software side, .NET framework we haven't installed. We have to install .NET framework. We have SQL Server software with us, and we have already installed the operating system, so we are good with the software components. The pending one is .NET Framework 4.5, so that we have to install, guys. In the organization, .NET Framework, you like Windows team will install the .NET Framework, so you don't worry about the .NET Framework. Okay, fine. Go to the server. I'm going to show you how to install .NET Framework. Okay, right. Minimize this, or we can close this command prompt. No issues. And what you can do now, sometimes see, if you can see like this, sometimes it will be like this, guys. Means your local laptop taskbar, it will show you on the server side. Even in the organization also, it will show you sometimes like this. Don't worry. Click on the taskbar once, just the blank taskbar. This is called a taskbar where you can see all the tasks. Okay. Click on the blank side of taskbar and click here, just a little above to the taskbar. Automatically, you can see the server taskbar. This is server taskbar, guys. Okay. Right now, if you want to install anything in the server, we'll use one tool called Server Manager. Automatically it will be opened, right? I told you, right? Automatically it will be opened. So open the Server Manager. Okay. So now you want to install .NET Framework, right? Click on Add Roles and Features. So who will do this activity in the organization, guys? Who will install .NET Framework?
Windows team.
Only Windows team. Even the like if you go and ask, hey, I know how to install .NET Framework, can you please allow me? No, that is their work, and that is a post installation of operating system. Post installation of operating system, some steps will be there. Post operating system, they are going to do some steps. They will have some checklist. Okay, in the checklist itself, the .NET Framework is a default checklist, so they are going to install .NET Framework by default. Sometimes if they are doing installation using PowerShell, after Windows Server installation, automatically .NET Framework also will be installed. So this headache will be taken care by the Windows team. You don't worry. So, and for the whole practice for the next 3 months, 4 months, we are the Windows team, we are the network team, we are the storage team, we are the DBA team. So we have to do all these things. Okay. Go to next, role-based, feature-based next, and go to next again. And go to next again. It's actually a roles. You can see all the roles. .NET Framework is a feature. Go to next. You can see the features. You can see here features. You can see .NET Framework 3.5. We expand. You can also see 2.0. Okay, 2.0, 3.0, 3.5. Select this. 4.7 is already selected. Okay, 4.7. Let me correct here. That is a .NET Framework 4.7. Somewhere like yeah, 4.7. Okay. Right. So go to the server. So .NET Framework 4.7 is already selected. You can see here box, and 3.5 is also very important. 2.0, 3.0, 3.5. Right. Go to next. And here, listen carefully. Here, click on specify an alternate source path. Here you have to provide the path. See, it is going to install the .NET Framework from your operating system software only. In the operating system software, .NET Framework will be there. From there, it has to install. So where is the operating system software? It's already attached as a D drive. See here, this is the operating system software. So in the D drive, open and sources in the SXS folder. In this folder, .NET Framework files will be there. See here, .NET FX. So this path you have to give here, guys. Control C, minimize this, Control V, and /. You can see here, see, E sources SXS, right? In the same way, our software is there in the D drive, so I have to give D :/ sources /SXS /. That's it. This is the path where .NET Framework files are there. You have to give this path. Click OK and then install. That's it, guys. It will be installed automatically. Once it's finished, you can restart the Windows server and you can go ahead and you can install the SQL server, guys. That will be discussed in the evening session. Okay. Right. Okay. So you can see, guys, .NET Framework installation is done. So now we are good. We are ready to install the SQL Server. So that's it for now. So in the evening session, we'll connect at 7 p.m. IST. For US people, it will be tomorrow morning 8:30 EST. So to like while telling the timings, guys, I'll tell both. Don't get confused here. Okay, I'll tell you Indian timings and US timings also. Okay, so tomorrow morning 8:30 EST for US people, and for Indians, like it will be today evening 7 p.m. IST. So we'll connect and we'll start installing. We'll discuss the SQL Server installation. Lot of components will be there. Okay, so we'll discuss each and every component. So that's it for now. If you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, otherwise we are good to close the session for now.
Shamu,
Yeah,
you, you don't have a group chat for you for this
Not yet.
class?
Not yet. I'll create it. It will take some time. Okay. So in case guys, if you want to practice and all, let me know. No issues for me. I'll open the same link. Okay, so that you can communicate in the same link and you can just help each other. The same meeting link. Okay, but for now I don't create any groups, guys. It will create a lot of issues. Okay, so that's why in the initial stage I don't create the group. Maybe at the end of the course I'll create the group. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Are we good? Please practice. Again, we have a lot of time. This recording will be available, okay, either in the YouTube or I'll directly send it to you to your directly Google Drive. Okay, so that you will get the access. Okay, but don't worry. In case if you still wants to practice immediately, there are like in the batch 56 in the YouTube under SVS University. You can go to any batch like batch 56 or batch 53. There also the same class will be there. Okay. No need to wait for this recording. Okay, you can see here this one. Okay, under batch 56 already maybe class 5 or 6 somewhere it will be there .NET framework installation and all. You can just go ahead and you can see, guys. Okay, where it is SQL Server discussion on SQL Server 7.6 SQL. Okay, that is installation only. Yeah, you can see here class 5 setting up RDP and connecting to the same class. Okay, fine, just go and check it once, and I'll try to create a Google Drive. I have to create a Google Drive account, so that I'll create and I'll upload all the classes till now, and I'll give you the Google Drive access to you guys. Okay, fine. Any questions, doubts, just let me know. Otherwise, we are good to close the session for now. Fine, guys. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll connect in the evening 7 p.m. IST, guys. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Sam.
Mhm.